Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is Fame with Tiffany Renee. If you've been here before, welcome. If this is your first time, welcome back. Um, I apologize for the glare, my glasses. So, if you want any coaching or you want any personal channel messages, because I do channel messages, feel free to click the link in the description box below. Go ahead and book yourself a session. And I'd love to have you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. This is not going to be a long video. This was a random impromptu video, hence I am not cute, okay, at all. I just finished dinner and I saw something on Facebook just now on my brother's page, and he had, as soon as like I opened it, that was the first thing, was the post, and he said that he was talking to one of his international friends, and lives in another country, and he heard his friend say, "You have the privilege of complaining. You have the privilege of complaining." And at first, my brother was taken aback by that a little bit and was like, "Well, we complain when things aren't right. We complain, because we need to, or whatever. But sorry, y'all. Like, no editing, okay? Just okay, it's what it is. So my brother thought about it for a second and was like, isn't that an interesting notion? And he went into his post to explain, what he thought about that statement. But it was so interesting that I was like, I need to say something about this. Like, I just felt inspired to say something because we all complain in some capacity, right? Some more than others. And I used to complain a lot, like constantly, all day, every day. And so I've gotten a lot better with the complaining. Thank God. Thank God for growth, right? However, even just today was one of those days where I was complaining and I was ranting about some things and about just stuff, right? And, I got feedback from the two people that I talked to about it, and they had, different perspectives from mine, and that's totally fine. But, we're always taught, stop complaining. You complain too much, or, complaining it doesn't help your manifestations. You know what I mean? You're just perpetuating the thing that you don't want, and you're just going to get more of it. All the universal laws pretty much unanimously agree that complaining is more of a hindrance than a help. We get that, right? But I never considered complaining to be a privilege. You know what I mean? Because we're told complaining is so bad, right? That we don't recognize that there are many, many places in this world, many human beings who do not have the privilege to complain about anything, right? And when you think about that, doesn't that make you view complaining a little bit differently? Like seriously, right? I'm sorry about the glare, really. I know you can see me in my glasses, but I mean, doesn't that change something though? Like, I don't know, it just did something to me. If it was just me, okay, but you know what I'm saying? It's like complaining is a privilege. And, my brother went on to express himself like a lot of the things that we complain about are things that we can fix. Obviously there are, bigger issues that require more of a collective, thing, but individual things, a lot of individuals, okay, a lot of things that I complain about, I can fix it. I can. It may take some mental focus, some discipline, and persistence, but I can fix whatever. Or I hate to use the word fix or change because we don't fix or change anything. I can choose a different version of that thing. I can choose a different reality. I can choose a different version of that where that circumstance didn't exist. I can revise that situation with a different outcome. I can get into alignment with a different outcome of something. Do you see what I mean? Like, I can take the energetic and mental and spiritual inspired action that really can remedy whatever it is that I'm dealing with, right? So why haven't I done it? Or why am I not doing it with the same discipline and persistence that is required? Instead, I complain about it sometimes, right? But while I'm complaining, majority of the time I'm still okay. I've got food to eat. It's snowing here and I have a warm place to stay. I've got hot water. I've got internet. I've got a phone. A smartphone at that. And so it's like, what I'm complaining about, it's really, I'm the source of it, right? I'm the source. I didn't say I was blaming myself. I didn't say I was necessarily the cause, but I am the source through which this experience that I'm complaining about is coming through. And it's like, do you know how much of a privilege it is that you can actually sit here comfortable right now and complain about something else that isn't pertaining to your immediate well-being? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, as of today, at this moment, all is well. Okay? Not talking about tomorrow, not talking about even next week. Next week, that's a different story. But today, all my needs are met, right? And I spent at least 2 hours today complaining. Complaining because I didn't like, because there's a about an application. That's what I was complaining about an application. The application processes, and the resume processes and things like that. Just complaining about how I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something non-traditional. That's what I was complaining about. Knowing that there's so much in my life experience that have demonstrated my non-traditional stuff, right? I've demonstrated living through non-traditional means really since the pandemic. Okay? So I know I have the capacity to do it. I know I can manifest money. I know I can manifest comfortable places to stay. We know I can manifest concert tickets in front row and backstage. Okay, baby? We know that. Okay? I don't even know if what I'm saying is making sense, but it's just, let's reevaluate the type of complaint, like the complaining that we do. You know, maybe we can just do like a mini challenge where every time we want to complain, we do a rampage of appreciation or gratitude instead for that thing. Just find something. You know what I mean? Because complaining is a privilege. Like, have you ever thought about it like that? There are literally people that will be taken out of here for complaining. You know what I mean? And I remember a time when I was a child, when I was a kid, and preteen and teenager, even into my 20s, really, like right before I hit 20, where complaining wasn't allowed in my household. And I remember being punished for complaining. So to live in a country where, or to be in a part of the world where you're a human being and you don't have the privilege to complain about anything, you kind of got to take what is. Not even if that complaining is going to bring about positive change. You don't have the right, you don't have the privilege to do that. You know, and it just makes you look at privilege in a completely different way. Like so many times people are like, well, these groups of people or uh, they're not privileged or they're underprivileged or et cetera, et cetera. But it's like, let's redefine what privilege is. Like, let's really think about what is the definition of privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? What does it mean to be privileged? And if that's the case, many of us are privileged in so many different ways that we don't even realize is a privilege, that we don't consider a privilege, right? Because maybe we have not been met with anyone or anything that that shines a light on the fact that these things are privileges, like complaining. It's just a different type of privilege, right? Food for thought. You know, I feel like this message was all over the place. I don't know. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But bless. Feel free to book a channel message from me. This is just channeled here. I'm going to do better. I am doing better. I'm in the process of doing better. I'm affirming that. Okay. All right. Take care, everybody. Love y'all.